Good morning, all of you. We are continuing with chapter 13, that is problems of unemployment in India. Last time we discussed different types of unemployment in India. Today we are going to start with causes of unemployment. Now, certain things that we have not done in between because they are not in the syllabus. So, direct after the types of unemployment, we are coming to causes of unemployment. So, very first cause of unemployment in our country is low rate of economic growth. Now, the rate of economic growth has been rather low in our country. When economic growth takes place, the level of output also expands and more jobs are created with expansion of industrial sector. But because this growth has been taking place at a very slow pace, the number of jobs that should have been created, that many number of jobs are not created, and this has led to open unemployment, as well as along with that it has put more pressure on land, resulting in disguised unemployment in agriculture. So this is one basic problem of unemployment in our country. Secondly, the growth rate of agriculture is low. There are many people who are depending on agriculture as a source of their livelihood, and as we say that 60% of India's population resides in villages, and mainly the occupation of people over there is agriculture. But if agriculture sector is growing slowly, then it is also not able to absorb that much amount of labor force. The productivity in agriculture continues to be very low because of various technological and institutional factors such as small scattered units of cultivation, inadequate capital, outdated technology. And because we are using outdated technology and agriculture faces so many problems, the productivity in agriculture is low, and the employment opportunities are also less. There is lack of multiple cropping, and excessive pressure of population on land have added to problem of seasonal and disguised unemployment in agricultural sector. Now, third cause of unemployment in our country is low rate of capital formation. Low rate of capital formation has basically hindered the growth potentialities in the agricultural and the industrial sector. Growth of agricultural and industrial sector has been hampered by non-availability of machinery, that is lack of technology, power, transport, essential raw materials. So basically all this leads to backwardness of agriculture and industrial sectors, because of which creation of jobs is also not taking place at the pace at which it should be. Fourth major reason of cause of unemployment in our country is a rapid growth rate of population. Rapid population growth has directly added to the problem of unemployment by making large addition to the labor force. In other words, it has increased the supply of labor force. Secondly, rapid population growth has reduced the resources also for capital formation, as these resources are being used for fulfilling the basic needs of the growing population. So more people means we need to expend more on basic facilities like water, electricity, medical and education, and less amount of savings and less amount of funds available for capital formation. As well as when less investment and less capital formation, we have less employment opportunity. Another reason for unemployment in our country is use of capital intensive technique. Now, various macro policies of the government have encouraged the adoption of capital intensive techniques. Now, these capital intensive techniques, where use of machinery is more in comparison to the use of labor, means that labor will be used less, and the number of workers who are working over there earlier, they will also be rendered unemployed because of the coming in of such a machinery which can do the work of say 5 workers or 6 workers at a time. So these capital intensive techniques generate less employment. The labor remain unused, creating the problem of unemployment. Then we have the defective education system. Our education system is defective in the sense that it is not vocational in nature. Students who are getting education and after completing the college also, they are not able to get job on the basis of the education that they have attained. So it is not related to growing developmental needs of the countries. Education is more general in nature, which is responsible for growing educated unemployment. Seventhly, there is inadequate employment planning in the country. In the planning process of the country, low priority has been given to employment objective. Employment objective was not quantified as a time-bound program that we have to achieve this objective in a limited time period, generate more jobs so that more and more number of people get employment. Such priority has not been given to this objective. So the wage rate policy and appropriate policy with regard to techniques have not been seriously used to solve the problem of unemployment. Then the manpower planning is also weak. Manpower planning basically refers to proper balance between manpower needs and availability in various fields such as doctors, engineers, administrators, business executives, etc. So there have been significant imbalances in different spheres of educated and trained personnel, but not much has been done to overcome these imbalances. Ninthly, failure to develop projects providing large employment. The plans have not really been successful in developing projects which have large employment potential. The plans have not done well in developing flood control, drainage, anti-waterlogging, rural electrification and other employment generating activities. Similarly, the plans have not placed due emphasis on development of schemes related to irrigation, soil conservation, development of dairies, fisheries, etc., because of which the projects which were supposed to generate large employment have actually not been able to do that. 10th point that we have in this regard is decline of cottage and small scale industries. A number of traditional village and cottage industries have declined over the years due to change in the demand and emergence of more efficient modern industries. So all those people who were depending on these cottage industries for their livelihood, they have been rendered unemployed, and that has led to increase in the problem of unemployment. 11th point, we have migration of rural population. There is a large number of people who migrate from rural areas to urban areas in search of jobs. So in urban areas also that many number of jobs are not available, which has increased the problem of urban unemployment. And then our labor laws also lead to unemployment problems. The government has been protecting the existing workers and their exploitation with the help of Minimum Wages Act, Workers' Compensation Act and other laws. High wages have kept the demand for labor at a low level. So all these points lead to the problem of unemployment in our countries. Now children, after this 15.6 is not in our syllabus. We are not supposed to do this. 15.61 also we don't have to do this. Now directly after these causes of unemployment, the thing that we have to do is 15.6.3, that is special employment generation program policy measures. Now we generally have the policy measures after 2000 in our syllabus, so we are going to be selective over here. Some of the programs we have done earlier also, like the first one, the poverty chapter, we have done Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana, so we are not going to repeat it over here, so you just have to read it. Employment assurance scheme also we have done earlier. Even the Sampoorn Gramin Rozgar Yojana we have done earlier. These are the same programs which are not just meant for removal of poverty but related to employment generation also. They were basically formed by the government for solving the dual purpose of creating employment as well as removal of poverty by creating jobs. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all these programs we have already done. So you can just study it from one chapter. You don't need to learn them separately. If you have learned it in one chapter, it is one and the same thing. Then the seventh one, the Manrega or Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Guarantee Act. This also we have done. Even the skill development and employment, all of these programs under skill development and employment, all these programs we have already done in poverty chapter. They are same, we don't need to repeat it, so you just can revise it again. If there's a problem, we can take that in the live class. So with this we come to the end of this chapter. The concept of full employment is not there in the syllabus, and the questions that you are supposed to do on the basis of what we have done today are long answer questions we'll be doing. You can do long answer question number 5, what are the main causes of unemployment in India? And question number 8, briefly review the policies and programs undertaken by government to solve the problems of unemployment in India. Thank you.